Very good morning, children. I hope all are fine. And today, as a part of our discussion, particularly this is 27th chapter, Urban Local Government in 6th Standard Civics. So previously we have seen some topics regarding civics, and today you are going to see how administration actually goes in cities and towns. See children, particularly we have seen how administration actually goes in villages, that is in rural areas. Then what is Panchayat Raj system, what is Grama Sabha, and how Grama Sabha is headed by Sarpanch, and what are the important functions of village Panchayati, and the next level block samitis, next Jilla Parishads. In that way you have seen rural administration. Now we are going to see urban administration. So urban means towns and cities. See, first of all we have to know the cities are much larger than villages in case of population, and also the people who have social and different social and economic backgrounds, generally they come to settle in towns and cities. And in order to solve their problems, in order to meet their needs, the government which actually works at town as well as city level, they have to take care of all those important facilities. So the government which is there locally, that has to provide all the important facilities like transportation, drinking water, electricity, cleaning, and also education, health. All these facilities should be provided by the local government which is actually formed in the city or town level. First of all, you have to understand the meanings of municipal council and municipal corporation. Here, the urban local self-government bodies are two. Urban local self-government bodies are two. Those are, one is municipal council and municipal corporation. Municipal corporation is for cities, municipal council is for towns. Then again you get a doubt, what are cities, what are towns? Generally where do we find a municipal corporation, where do you find municipal council? So that's why in order to have a clear idea about the formation of municipal council and municipal corporation, given some population. Generally, in order to form municipal corporation, a city should have more than 5 lakh population. Have you got clarity? In order to form municipal corporation, that city should have more than 5 lakh population. And in order to form municipal council, the minimum population must be more than 50,000. Understood? So if a town has more than 50,000 population, we can form one municipal council in that particular town. And even in some places, the towns which may have at least 20,000 population, in such places you may find Nagara Panchayatis. What are those? Nagara Panchayatis. So one example, that is Hindupur. So Hindupur, which may have more than 1,50,000 population, but it is less than 5 lakh population. That's why in Hindupur there is municipal council. And take Anantapur, so which may have more than 5 lakh population. That's why you may find municipal corporation in Anantapur. So like that, in our state we have how many municipal corporations? Means we have 16 municipal corporations. How many municipal corporations? 16 municipal corporations. So in all districts you may find one municipal corporation. That means we have got 13 districts in Andhra Pradesh, 9 coastal districts and 4 Rayalaseema districts. So 9 plus 4, 13. So 13 municipal corporations, but 3 districts have one more municipal corporation. Why? Because based on the population of the city, the government has to make another municipal corporation. So particularly in Chittoor district, you may find 2 municipal corporations. One is in Chittoor and another one is Tirupati. And in East Godavari, you may find 2 municipal corporations. One is here I have mentioned that East Godavari Kakinada, and another one is Rajamandri, East Godavari. Next, in Krishna district, you may find 2 municipal corporations. One is in Machilipatnam and another one is in Vijayawada. So in that way, even though we have 13 districts in our state, we have 16 municipal corporations. So whenever the town increases its size, whenever the population increases in the town, automatically that town whenever the town convert into a city, whenever that city has more than 5 lakh population, the government brings another important form of urban local self-government body, that is municipal corporation. So this is a brief introduction what is a municipal corporation and what is a municipal council. Understood? So first of all, you have to understand what is the composition of municipal council. But for municipal corporation, first of all, you have to know about municipal corporation, particularly at city level. See, municipal corporation actually is formed only in the city level. I told you already. Then this municipal in order to frame municipal corporation, the entire city is divided into so many wards, so many units called wards. So for example, if a city has 6 lakh population or 7 lakh population, the entire city is divided into 30 wards, 35 wards. Understood? So after dividing that entire city into different wards, in order to solve the problems in each ward, we require one representative. That representative here is called, according to our textbook, is called ward councillor. What is called a ward councillor? See, whatever the problem actually arises in a ward, that ward may contain 50,000 population or 30,000 population or 10,000 population. The problems like the drainage facility, drainage cleaning, electricity facility, drinking water problem, transportation problem, all those problems are looked after by that ward councillor. People will bring all those problems to the notice of ward councillor. That ward councillor is elected by that ward voters. Understand? So in that way, ward councillor is actually elected by the ward popular voters, and all this municipal corporation is headed by mayor. Municipal corporation is headed by whom? Mayor. Mayor is also called Mahapar. What is the other name of mayor? Mahapar. Understood? Even in order to have one idea, in our textbook, one person name is given who is active politician and also writer and also teacher, that is Aruna Asaf Ali, who worked as a mayor for Delhi city in 1952. That is also given in our textbook, 1958, sorry. So she worked as a mayor, first woman mayor, Aruna Asaf Ali. Aruna Asif Ali. Aruna Asaf Ali. She is the first woman councillor, woman mayor for the Delhi Municipal Corporation. Understood? So that is the information given in our textbook. She was a freedom fighter, politician and also a teacher, Aruna Asaf Ali. That is the information given in our textbook. So in order to have idea, I told you one important information. So what you should have, the mayor actually heads municipal corporation, and this mayor is actually elected among the members of ward councillors. See, even I already told you that in a city, if 30 ward councillors are elected or 35 ward councillors are elected, from among them one person is elected as a mayor here. Understood? So that is why. And not only these ward councillors, municipal corporation actually even it consists some other people outside of municipal corporation and who are not elected by the ward members, the ward voters, and those people are called aldermen. What they are called? Aldermen. Okay. So in order to look after all the accounts, in order to assist mayor in the administration, one executive officer is appointed by the government of that particular state. He is the chief executive officer. So he is called, that is the executive officer who actually ranks of IAS rank persons may be appointed as chief executive officer for the entire municipal corporation, and this executive officer actually assists mayor in the administration of that entire municipal corporation. So in that way, the municipal corporation is actually formed particularly in the cities. Just now I told you that even in our state Andhra Pradesh there are 16 municipal corporations, and even though we have 13 districts, we have got 16 municipal corporations. In 3 districts we have one more municipal corporation. Why? Because in some cities you may find more population. Understood? So here one more important thing we should see. What is that? What actually municipal corporation does for the citizens of that particular city? See, municipal corporation has got 2 important functions. One is compulsory function and another one is voluntary functions. Compulsory functions means the functions which must be done by the municipal corporation. Voluntary functions means that depends on the sources, that depend on the demand made by the people. So if they want to do, they can do, otherwise they may not do. Such functions are called voluntary functions. Then what are compulsory functions? See here, compulsory functions, number 1, opening and maintenance of hospitals and dispensaries. Opening and maintenance of hospitals and dispensaries. That means medical shops. So in that way, not only treatment, even we supply the medicine also to the people of that particular city. So we have to maintain dispensaries. So this is the first important compulsory function of a municipal corporation: opening of hospitals and dispensaries. Understood? But the second one is the construction and maintenance of roads. Particularly they have given roads and also street lights. What they have to do? They have to construct and maintain the street lights as well as roads. Street lights as well as roads. And third important one, the establishment of primary schools and also secondary schools. That is another important compulsory function of municipal corporation. And also finally they have to maintain the cleanliness. Okay, so they have to maintain proper drainage system, particularly in municipal corporation. So these are the compulsory functions which must be done by the municipal corporation. And next one, voluntary functions. What are the voluntary functions they have to do? The first important one, they are telling that construction of parks and gardens. See, if you go to Hyderabad city, you may find some parks which are being maintained by Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. So that is a voluntary function. If they want to do, they can do. That is the first important one. They can construct and maintain parks and gardens. And second one is the building of libraries, museums, and even they can go for old age homes, orphanages. That is also comes under voluntary function. And finally, plantation maintenance of trees, providing people a cheap and efficient transport system, building homes for the poor and needy people. So all these come under the voluntary functions. Okay, so they can construct old age homes, and they can maintain cheap transport system, and also even they can go for building homes for the poor and needy people. Why? Because the people who are living in cities, some people may not have their own houses. So the providing shelter is the primary responsibility of every government. So sometimes it has to construct homes, that is what, houses also for needy and poor people. So these all come under compulsory functions. So this is about the local self-government body which works at city level. Now let us see which works at a town level. Yes, children. So just now we have seen what are municipal corporations, which work actually at the big cities, in big cities. And in small towns, the towns which may have more than 50,000 population, in such places we have urban local self-government body, that is municipal council. Okay, so what is the composition of municipal council? Even in case of municipal council, the entire town is divided into so many wards. From each ward, one member is elected. He is called ward councillor, and all the councillors together elect one person who heads the entire municipal council. He is called chairman. In case of municipal corporation, what we have called? We have called mayor. So here what he is called? He is called chairman. So in this way, chairman heads the meetings of municipal council. And here, what about the chief executive officer? Even the officer, how one officer is appointed by the government in order to look after the entire accounts of municipal corporation. Here also the executive officer is appointed by the government. He is called commissioner. What he is called? A commissioner. So commissioner looks after the entire administration of the municipal council, and this commissioner actually assists the chairman in functioning of the duties of municipal council. And even in case of functions, how municipal corporation has some voluntary functions and compulsory functions. In case of municipal council also, the also do the same kind of functions. So that is about municipal council. Okay, thank you children. So based on this, we have got worksheet, and even we have given some extra information. So based on that also, we have got some questions. So try to answer those, and if you get doubt, see and watch this video once again. Certainly you can answer all questions. Thank you.